Fish hold a crucial place in the history of life on Earth and the evolution of species. Today, there are thousands of different fish species living in oceans, seas, and freshwater, each with its own unique characteristics. In today's video, we will discuss the general features of fish, their evolution, and their significant role throughout history. Don't forget to subscribe and like our videos to support our channel and help us grow. If you'd like to see more content like this, let's start by defining fish. Fish are aquatic vertebrates with gills, and they are generally divided into four groups: hagfish, lampreys, cartilaginous fish, and bony fish. Fish are ectothermic, cold-blooded animals, meaning their body temperature changes according to the water temperature, sunlight, and salinity of their environment. However, certain fish species, such as sharks and tuna, which are excellent swimmers, can maintain their body temperature above the surrounding water temperature. Although fish may appear silent, they are actually in communication with one another, just like all land mammals and other creatures. Fish in the water create vibrations to communicate and interact with each other. While some fish cannot detect these vibrations from far distances, others can perceive them from kilometers away. Predator fish, in particular, use these vibrations to locate potential prey and move toward them. As you may know, life on Earth initially began in water. Over time, thanks to the evolution of species, life transitioned to land, leading to the emergence of various forms of life. However, the opposite of this process also occurred, as some creatures returned from land to water. The most notable example of this today is whales. Whales, like us, have lungs and must surface to breathe, typically every 30 minutes, depending on the species. Unlike most fish that reproduce by laying eggs, whales give birth to live young, just like mammals. Historically, whales transitioned back to aquatic life due to harsh conditions on land, such as scarcity of food and unfavorable climate. The clearest evidence of their terrestrial ancestry lies in the remnants of limbs, hands, and fingers still present in their anatomy. Additionally, their need to breathe air and their mammalian reproduction scientists to investigate their origins. These studies have revealed that whales were once land-dwelling animals that adapted to life in water centuries ago. For thousands of years, the oceans were home to countless species of large fish, many of which have gone extinct. The primary reasons for these extinctions include constant changes in water temperature and a lack of sufficient food sources for large predators. Fish species that couldn't adapt to unfavorable conditions or were relentlessly hunted by other apex predators sadly could not sustain their populations and disappeared from Earth. One well-known example is the megalodon shark, the largest shark species to have ever lived. It is believed that megalodons existed between 23.03 million and 2.58 million years ago. The name megalodon originates from Greek, meaning giant tooth, and this colossal shark truly lived up to its name. The megalodon's jaw structure is among the largest ever discovered. For instance, a megalodon could easily swallow two adult humans standing side by side. These massive sharks preyed on dolphins, whales, and other large predators. Despite their enormous size as adults, newborn megalodons were unfortunately vulnerable and often hunted by other sharks. Evidence suggests that megalodons inhabited all regions of the world, favoring warm waters, and likely lived in shallow areas. But how big were these gigantic fish? Based on studies of their teeth, some scientists estimate they exceeded 18 meters in length, while others argue they may have reached over 25 meters. While there is no definitive size measurement yet, the general consensus is that they ranged between 18 and 25 meters. This might sound small at first, but for comparison, modern great white sharks only grow to about 6 meters on average. Although our topic mainly focuses on fish, the glorious history of the oceans is largely shaped by sharks and whales. That's why this video will primarily revolve around these two remarkable groups. Now, let's delve into how sharks managed to survive the mass extinction event that wiped out the dinosaurs around 66 million years ago. A catastrophic global event eradicated countless species on land, in the air, and in the seas. However, shark species were relatively unaffected by this mass extinction. But how do we know this? Researchers at Uppsala University examined shark teeth from around the world, studying when certain shark species went extinct and when their populations remained stable. The findings revealed that some shark species had already disappeared about 20 million years before the mass extinction, with a noticeable reduction in tooth diversity. However, during and after the catastrophic event, there was no significant decline in shark populations, and their numbers remained stable. While the exact reason for this is still unknown, several theories have been proposed. One suggests that sharks, living and feeding in deeper waters, were less affected by food shortages or other disruptions caused by the event. Another theory points to sharks' resilience as apex predators, which allowed them to withstand harsh conditions. Their robust physical structure may have enabled them to overcome the challenges that other species could not endure, allowing them to adapt and thrive despite the circumstances. When discussing the general characteristics of fish, it's worth noting how their sleep patterns differ from those of land and air-dwelling creatures. As you may know, terrestrial and aerial animals typically find a safe shelter to rest for a few hours to recover energy. In fish, however, sleep is a bit different. What we call sleeping fish actually refers to slowing their movements, reducing their metabolism, and resting as much as possible. The way fish sleep varies significantly depending on the species. Some species descend to the depths of seas and oceans, anchoring themselves near rocks or crevices to rest until they wake. Fish like betters, on the other hand, approach the surface and position themselves in a safe spot, resting close to the water's surface. Large swimming species, such as sharks, must continue to swim slowly even while sleeping to maintain water flow through their gills. Certain whale species rest vertically in the ocean, while others exhibit a fascinating adaptation. They shut down 50% of their brain, while keeping the other half active to maintain essential survival functions. This allows them to both rest and stay alert enough to survive in their environment. Although they aren't fish, octopuses are among the most fascinating creatures that come to mind when we think of oceans and water. Octopuses are some of the oldest animals on Earth, dating back to the early days of life. They belong to the cephalopod class and, as mentioned in a previous video, possess a wide range of unique characteristics. Interestingly, octopuses can also survive on land for short periods when necessary. If you'd like to learn more about octopuses, you can check out our video dedicated to them on our channel. However, to briefly touch upon their features, octopuses excel in adaptability and intelligence, often surpassing most other animals. As you may know, primates are known for their advanced cognitive abilities and tool use. Similarly, octopuses use tools in nature to create living spaces and secure areas for themselves. Additionally, to escape predators, octopuses can change their color to blend with any surroundings and even mimic the shapes of objects around them. This extraordinary ability makes octopuses some of the most challenging animals to hunt in the water. Oceans and aquatic life, in general, remain shrouded in mystery. It's possible that many creatures thought to be extinct are actually still alive, residing in the uncharted regions of the oceans. Unfortunately, scientists are not as intrigued by the oceans as they are by space, largely because, in the eyes of the public and governments, space exploration has always taken priority. However, even modern sharks could provide us with incredible insights into various aspects of life. Fish, in general, are not considered central to the narrative of life on Earth, mainly because it feels as though we live into separate worlds. Humans and terrestrial animals rarely interact with fish or seek to understand them. Similarly, fish exist in their own isolated world, living unaware of what happens above the surface and focusing solely on sustaining their own species. The limited scientific research conducted on the oceans has shown that they are far more mysterious and even more terrifying than space. Deep within the ocean, creatures capable of withstanding immense pressure and freezing temperatures thrive, along with the apex predators that hunt them. Nature operates in a cycle. This cycle prevents any species from overpopulating or disappearing too suddenly, because every creature develops a defense mechanism against others. To explain this balance, imagine a village with a high population of cats. In such a place, you're unlikely to encounter many snakes or rodents, as cats hunt these animals. Aware of this, these animals either move to areas without cats or evolve defensive mechanisms. Similarly, small-scale studies of oceanic life suggest that the populations of deep-sea creatures do not grow. or decline chaotically, but maintain a consistent balance, indicating the presence of predators. However, scientists have yet to identify these predators. Some researchers speculate that massive ancient predators might still exist, possibly hiding due to fear of humans. These creatures may have barely survived extinction in the past and could have evolved significant survival adaptations to avoid external threats. Confirming their existence and learning more about them would require increased funding for the organizations and scientists working on these topics. Unfortunately, as mentioned, the public, governments, and many scientists remain more interested in exploring space, which is perceived as more terrifying, mysterious, and glamorous than the oceans. That's all we have to share for now about fish, oceans, and the mysteries of the deep seas. If you'd like us to create a video about extinct aquatic predators, let us know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to support its growth and like our videos to help them reach a wider audience. See you in the next video. We love you all, take care and stay tuned.